Okay, so hello everyone. This is part 15 of our playlist JavaScript. Okay, so in this video we will discuss about conditional and looping statement. Okay, so we will see what are the conditional statements like if else, if, else if, and else. Okay, we will see how we can write code using this, and then switch, and then we have for loop, while loop, and do while loop. All right. So let's understand this if else, right? So here I'll write the code. Okay, if else. So suppose let password equals to, okay, password equals to what I say, user at the rate 123. Okay, if password equals to this one, user at the rate 123. So I'm writing conditions like if if password if password equals to okay, user at the rate 123. So what I will say, I will say alert, okay, login successful, login successfully, right? If this condition is false, if this condition is false, then what I will say, I will say else alert login failure. Okay, right? So when this condition is true, then this alert will execute. When this condition is false, means this alert will execute. Else part execute only when the condition is false. If condition is false, then only else part will execute. Okay. So tell me what is the password value? Password value is user at the rate 123, which is true, means both are equal. Okay. Both values are equal. We are not talking about data type. We are talking about value only. Right. So what alert message it will show? Login successfully. Okay. Let's check. Let me refresh the browser. So what is it is saying? Login successfully, right? Suppose if I change the password like 4 1234. Okay, so can you tell me whether this condition is true or false? Password is equals to password? No, because it is checking till 3, like user at the rate 123. But here our password is user at the rate 1234. Okay, so what is this? Login failure. If this condition is false, then else part will execute. Okay, out of this two alert, only one will execute at a time. And it depends on the condition. So condition is false means else part will execute. Okay, let me refresh the browser. Okay, so what it is saying, login failure. Okay, now see how we can use this else if part. Okay, so if, okay, let me write another program for this. If else if, right? So let me say let the time, okay, okay, time equals to, like if it is a time of morning. Okay, if it is like what say, if it is time of morning, let me say morning. So what I will say, if if time equals to morning. Okay, so what I will display, I'll display alert, good morning, good morning, let me say JavaScript. All right, right. And then if this condition is false, so I will write another condition for checking. I'll write another condition which is else if. Okay, in the else if, we also write one condition. Okay, if time equals to evening. Okay, if time equals to evening, so what it will print? Good night. Okay, not good night, good evening. Good evening JavaScript. Else what we will say? Else we will say alert. Okay, good night JavaScript, right? So what is our condition? What is the time value? Time value is morning. Okay, if time value equals to morning, if time value equals to morning, means this condition is true. Time value is also morning and this is also morning. So what it will display? Alert good morning JavaScript. If one condition is executed successfully, so rest of the condition will not execute, right? it will check the, okay, if one is executed, then it will not execute rest of the condition, right? So let me refresh it. So what it is saying, good morning JavaScript. All right. If I change, if I say here evening, okay. So basically when we use else if, when we want to write more than one condition, then we use else if part. It is not like we will write else if one time. We can write else if multiple time, but if we will write only one time, if you want to give more than one condition, so first condition will start with if, and the rest of the conditions will start with else if. Okay. So right. So what is the time? Evening, right? So evening equals to morning. This is false. So means this alert will not execute. And evening equals to evening. So means this is true. So what it will execute this one only. It will not execute else part, and this will not execute this part. Okay. So let me refresh. So what it is saying? Good evening, JavaScript. Right. Suppose if I made some mistake, I'm saying evening and double G I'm using here. So it will compare with this time to this morning. Is it equals to morning? So it is not equals to morning, means this is condition false. So it will not display this message. Now it will check here. What is the message? Evening means 2 times G is there. Okay. So is that equal? No, it is not equal. This is what morning evening means double G, and this is ending with single G. So means this is false. Okay, if this condition is false and this condition is false, so it will not check further any condition. It will directly execute this else part. Okay, when else part will execute, when this if condition is false and rest of the else if condition is also false, then if there is no condition, then else part will execute. Means like what are the top of the conditions are false, then this else part will execute. Okay, so let me refresh. So what it is saying, good night JavaScript. Why? Because this evening it is not matching here, and it is also not matching here. That's why if it is not matching in both conditions, that's why it is displaying messages good night JavaScript, right? So like this. Okay, so we covered this if else and else if, and if else we already done, right? Now in the next video we will discuss about switch. Okay, we will discuss about for loop, while loop, and do while loop, right? So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time.